Okay, in this video, the last one I'm going to do today, there's a song that my group and I have been playing. Life's Pathway is the name of my other group, my Bluegrass gospel group. And we started playing a song called Finally Made It Home. And I don't know who sings it or... but the chorus is kind of like... I'm gonna do a little solo on the chorus. And... it's going to be hard to do without some background music, but the chorus, if I can remember it, is when I come to the crossing of the river, don't you weep because I'm gone. Tell my friends and my loved ones that I finally made it home. And that's the when you do the solo, that's the chord you're going to use, the chord to the chorus. And so if you've watched Brian Sutton's Bluegrass video from Homespun, he does one on there called Wild Bill Jones. Wild Bill Jones. Okay, and it kind of has the same sound, the first, half or so, the first little few measures of music there, it kind of has the same sound as just come to the crossing of the river. Okay, and so I thought I'd use that a little bit for this little solo here. So I'm going to try to remember how it goes and do the whole solo and then kind of break it down for you. Let's try it again. This little part here, that's when it goes to the E minor. But I'll go over that. Excuse me, let me turn this off for a second. Okay, I'm back. But we started out, we're going to kind of go this little same shape we use the little thing where our first finger is below and behind our ring finger. It's going to be the same deal here. We're going to use the D string to slide up 3rd fret to 5th fret. And there's that open note again, that unison slide. So you can use your middle finger or your ring finger. I think I typically use my middle finger now that I think about it. When you come back, the picking is, it's that G, then up, a downstroke, and then an upstroke on the D. And then the little thing we learned a few videos back. And then once I said, another thing I said in the last video, I never really thought about it until I said that, is I'll use a little lick to pass the time. Just hang out until I get to the real lick, okay? And that's what this is. And then it's just a small little thing there, but it helps me buy time until I get to the lick I'm looking for. And Brian Sutton does this a lot too. If you've got his video when he talks about the sweep picking, he does that little lick right there. It's a quick upstroke on the D string, 3rd fret, and then it's a pull off, and then a quick downstroke on the A string of the 3rd fret. So that's 1st fret, 2nd fret, A string. So it's going to be 3rd fret, 1st fret, 2nd fret. Come back on the D before we hit that. And then to get to that E minor, I wanted something real low, you know, instead of something up here. Because I'm already up here doing the high stuff and I wanted to come down to the low part, so I found a way to get down there, and that is this. And then from there it's going to be alternate picking starting with an upstroke. Open, E string, 3rd fret, E string. The same thing, open, 1st fret, 2nd fret, A string. Same thing with the D string, open, 1st fret, 2nd fret. It's going to start with an upstroke and end with a downstroke. You're doing all alternate picking, so watch this hand for a second. And then I just do the little pull off here that I think I discussed in the last video. When you're in E minor or G, you can use the 1st fret of the A string to do that pull off. And then I'm going to the G string, or the G note on the 3rd fret of the E string. And then just to open E note, because we're in E minor there. So what we got so far is this. And then while that open E string is ringing, it gives me time to come up here to the little section, which is the 2nd shape of the pentatonic, minor pentatonic scale, which I'm not thinking that when I'm doing it. What I'm thinking of is like when you're playing an E. And you do the little, okay. Now, like I said, that's the F shape. But these two notes, the G and the B string, is the bluesy notes. For a G, it's going to be, let's see, your middle finger is going to be on the G string of the 7th fret. And then your 1st finger is going to be on the B string of the 6th fret. So if we were here, okay. So what I'm doing is, after I come to this part, and then I'm kind of hanging out, like I said, I'm just hitting some random notes, especially the E string, 6th fret, 8th fret. You're going to hammer on. And just messing around there. And then that lets me know I'm getting ready to come to the C. Don't you whip, 'cause I'm gonna tell my friends and my loved ones. Okay. If you want to know exactly what I'm doing. And I'm just coming down. And then here's the tricky part, something I just came up with, and I'll tell you what it was based on here in a little bit. So we've got a upstroke, downstroke. We're going to be on the E string, so 8th fret to the 6th fret, back to the 7th fret of the B string, up, down, on back. We're kind of barring this again. It's up, down on that. And then when we hit that downstroke, we're going to slide it all the way down to the 1st position of the pentatonic scale, which we went over. So when I'm here, I'm thinking this big stretch here. And I didn't notice this until I started looking at it. I'm not completely going straight. It's kind of funny. I'm kind of pulling back and then just launching, whipping my finger to that note with a little action there. It seems to stay, kind of causes it to sound louder. It's hard to explain why, but if I just did it straight, I don't know, it's just what my hand naturally does. So after you get down here, it's going to be, like I said, this long stretch for the pentatonic scale. We're going to hit that B string, 6th fret, and then come back to where we landed when we slid. And then we kind of went over this on that lick that sounded like this. It's going to be the same thing. And then we're going to, instead of using these 2 fingers, when I got done with this, we're going to go back to that same position, but since we're back here, we're going to use these 2 fingers to get there. That's the 5th fret. And we got this. The reason we're doing that, instead of switching, for one thing, our finger would land in the wrong spot. We'd have to stretch it. And for another, we want this to kind of, we want it to be as fluid as possible, and we want this to sound out as long as it can. Hear that little distance? If we did it the other way, for one thing, us reaching forward causes this finger to move, and it causes it to deaden the notes. So that we don't have to do that, we're using this finger. So we're sliding up from the 3rd fret with this finger, the ring finger, or not the 3rd fret, the 3rd string on the 5th fret, sliding up, putting this one down on the 4th fret of the B string. It's just a quick, okay, and open string, that little same thing we did on this. It's going to be a hammer-on, D string, G string. I like those 3 chords, these 3 notes together. Okay. D string, 3rd fret, hammer-on, up on the G string. Now, when I hit that G string, I think my finger naturally comes up so that I can hit the A string next. A string, 3rd fret, and then we're going to go up on the open D string. We went up on the open G string. We're going to hit up on the D string. I like those mixture of notes. It's a weird sound. It's really nice. Then we're just going to come back, or if you prefer, 1st to 2nd, either way, slide or hammer on back to the G, and that's where it ends. And if there's a long pause there, you can just get back into it. So the whole solo again, if I can try to attempt it. Okay, so I lost my spot here, went there instead of sliding down, but you get the idea. That's how it sounds. Try it again, but I'm going to try it slower. know that you probably don't know that song. You can look it up. It's called Finally Made It Home. I don't know who sung it, but at least it'll give you some ideas as far as what licks to use, especially this one. Okay, and I said I was going to explain where I got that idea. Andy Falco, if you'll watch Cherokee Shuffle, it's the one with him, the banjo player. I want to say his name is Noel Pinkton or something like that, and then there's another guy, I think it's Travis something, playing the guitar, and they're all in a circle. And I saw him do this little thing when they was in Cherokee Shuffle. I'm going to do it in G, but they do it in A, I think. Let's see. Here it is. It's this little same thing as I don't even remember how it goes, and it's been so long since I played that version of it. Anyway, I have to figure it out again, watch it again or something, but he does that. It's pull off, up, or it's up, down, up, down, up, down. And then the last downstroke is the slide, is the transition. There it is. It's tough to do. But anyway, that's where I got the idea for that. It's a pretty cool little transition lick, and all that is like your thirds. The last one I keep forgetting to slide down, but you slide down that. That's where that is. That's just the way I am when I come across something. I got to figure it out. That started on the 12th fret. Slide down a whole step, same shape. Now we got the half step. We got the whole step on the B string. Okay, but I went over enough so far already in this video, and I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed that. A lot of great stuff in that lesson, especially teaching you how to get from a high to a low. Okay, and then you got from the low, while that open string is ringing, transition to a higher spot on the neck. And those open strings are very beneficial. I learned that from Tony Rice when he was doing stuff in G. That open string gives you time to get back here. That's one way you use transition from high to low, is you utilize those open strings depending on what key you're in. If you're in G, you want to hit that G. If you're in D, that open D. You know, same thing with all the rest of them. And if you want to get deeper in detail, if you're in music theory, if the G is the third of a chord, you can use that open G note because it's part of that chord to get down there. So, off the top of my head, I can't think of what G would be the third of. Let's see, D, E, F, G, G sharp, but you can't use a G sharp, it's E minor. Open string because it's the third is related to that minor. But I'm going on and on, so I'm going to go ahead and quit and stop this video. I've probably been going on for nearly 20 minutes, but I really wanted to go over this solo because since I learned it, come off the top of my head, you know, utilizing things that I know on the fretboard already, And that's the important thing of improvising. Use things that you know, and you cut and paste from other songs. Like I said, that was from Wild Bill Jones. If you look that up from Brian Sutton, he does that kind of thing at the first of that song. And that's how you learn. You listen to a lot of songs and you try to incorporate them, cut and paste them here and there, and you mix them all together and make your own sound. And that's what I encourage you guys to do, is experiment. Always experiment and practice, because you're not going to be able to get any better if you don't practice it. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe and check out my other websites, secretsofTexasBluesGuitar.com, and my lesson website, ericbeatty.musicteachershelper.com. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you when I think of another video.